Hello, I am Umanath. Welcome to Preventive Healthcare. This video will help you to understand how the root of our digestive system is getting destroyed by certain practices which are followed worldwide. Most of the time, we think that these practices are helping us to improve the situation. Yes, it is correct only in the short term. In the long term, these practices can cause irreversible damage to our roots. And not knowing the consequences can actually be a big mistake, and it can reduce your lifespan, it can reduce your healthy lifespan and make you suffer more during most part of your lifespan. So I thought it is important for me to give a very clear awareness or some kind of a warning so that you are fully aware of what to do, at the same time what not to do. Okay. Here what not to do is equally important like what to do. And failure to understand this can have irreversible consequences in your life and your health. One of the most widely practiced method of handling or managing the symptoms of constipation, not passing the stool every day, either hard stools or difficulty in passing the stools, or sometimes it happens after 2 days or 3 days. This is there for many people, especially the elders and youngsters. The elders, this is one of the recurring issue, and they are facing day in, day out, most of them. The symptom management practices are done with two types of drugs. One category we call it as laxatives. The second category we call them as stool softeners. The laxatives and stool softeners are being used to reduce the symptom of constipation. Actually, they will not help you to solve the root cause of constipation. They can only help you to reduce the symptom of the constipation and give you a temporary relief. How they actually do it? The stool softener actually makes the stool soft so that you pass it easily. The laxative makes some kind of a waxy coating in your GI tract in the lower part of the digestive system, and that helps to pass the stool. They are okay if you are following for a week or 10 days or few days based on the doctor's advice, or sometimes it is available as an over-the-counter item in many countries. I'm not against it. But when you have a chronic constipation, that means the problem is recurring over a period of years again and again. And if you start using this kind of symptom relief measures, where either the laxative or the stool softener, the consequences are far-reaching. Please understand what we are going to discuss now. And this can save millions of people. And this can save the health of billions of people. And what happens actually? It relieves the constipation, but you are entering a vicious cycle and you will not be able to come out of it easily. And when you start using this laxatives and the stool softeners regularly, what happens is they affect the GI tract. From the mouth to the anus, especially the lower part of the tract is getting affected. What way it affects? Actually, it affects their muscular action. It affects their property called peristalsis, the way in which they contract and expand. This is a very important activity, something like an elastic tube. Okay. This peristalsis function is getting reduced over a period of time. When you start losing this function, then the properties are gone, then it causes permanent and irreversible damage to your digestive system. And other problems can start cropping up. Then you may have to increase the dosages. Then sometimes people start passing motion too frequently after every meal. It's a condition called irritable bowel syndrome. Actually, using these quick relief measures for constipation over a period of years can trigger one by one like a consequential damage to the entire digestive system. The next thing what happens is, whatever good food that you eat, whatever good nutrition that you take it, but it will not reach the destination. And the leakages are going to be very severe. That means your digestive system's ability to take nutrients, to absorb nutrients, will get compromised grossly. Once that is compromised, if you continue the bad practice, you will start losing energy level. You will start losing weight. And you will become sick. You will start losing muscle mass without knowing what is actually happening. You may be thinking that you are drinking enough water. You may be thinking that you are doing good food. You may be thinking that you are trying to follow all good practices to maintain your health. Still, things may slip out of your hand because this is actually compromising our lifeline. And this should never be continued in the long run. The next, what happens? And when still people do it, because once they stop using this laxatives and then stool softeners, the constipation again comes back. So they suffer. So they end up in a situation called catch-22. You are caught between the devil and the deep sea. And please look at it. You will never find a good solution if you are trying to choose between the devil and the deep sea. The better solution is always the third one, not these two. That is what I'm trying to propose. And when they try to choose any one of this, if you choose to suffer constipation, that affects you. If you choose to get a temporary relief and taking the temporary relief on a long-term basis, then your root gets destroyed day by day. And when the root becomes worse, then the entire tree starts losing its health. Then the lifespan comes down. The suffering increases. So, please be very clearly aware. And this laxative and the stool softener is sold in millions and billions of dollars. And they should never be consumed as a routine symptom management. Okay? There are many other good practices which can help us to restore our digestive system. And that is what we need to focus. That should include a better management of the bowel movement. I have recommended very specific recommendations for the seniors, adults and children, all the age groups in my previous video. If you start following, there is no need for you to fall in the trap of laxatives and stool softness forever. You can easily come out of it. Then start following all the good practices, right from water intake and also trying to take good food, a balanced food and foods that are rich in fiber. All these inputs I've already given. That will help you to come out of this catch-22. That will really help you to come out of this catch-22. Sometime this catch-22, when you start continuing this usage of laxatives and then stool softeners, can even cause dangerous situations within a short span of time, especially for elders. How is it? The laxative usage can cause significant muscle loss for the senior people. That means they will lose muscle strength. They will start getting muscular pain, cramps, weakness, inability to practice their physical activity, walking. All these things can happen. And this can also cause significant imbalance in the system, which can affect especially the electrolyte balance. So they go through chronic dehydration as well as chronic imbalance in their electrolytes. And if this continues for several months and years, all of a sudden they may end up in acute dehydration and significant problems in their overall health, which may even land up in hospitalization, and they can recover, but again they will get into the cycle again. So it is like entering Abhimanyu's Chakravyuga. Many know how to enter, but I say very few know how to come out of it. Listen to my videos, you know how to come out of it. That's what will help you to save your road. And communicate this message. This can help millions of people who are suffering with this kind of a problem every day. Thank you.